Um, person doing last time this time is a Kenneth. Go.
Right. So last time we had the plan to make it over to the central island, and we had, I believe, enlisted the help of that hag that particularly enjoyed Riven because she's special.
Yes.
Um,
That is,
Ultimately, nothing bad seemed to have happened from the hag, so that's all good.
wasn't a
Um,
hag, though Locke would probably describe her as one.
Yeah.
what was she if not the hag?
She's not. She wasn't technically a hag in the sense of being hag the creature from D&D. She was just hag in the context of like the adjective that we would use in our norm.
Attitude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she was
Grumpy
technically
dwarven woman.
Okay. Yeah. So that's good. We made it to the center island, and we found our way to Rivnall, I
Yep.
think.
Yep.
And we learned the temple was inside the mountain volcano, whatever it is. And so we went to them. Riven was being like agitated by what was not tree moss, but was instead things that no one else in the party was able to see.
She's become a
Um,
watcher and can speak with the souls of the dead.
Oh no.
yeah,
You
something
know,
like
it
that.
just occurred to me. That's basically what Riven wound up accidentally becoming. You're just straight up a watcher from Pillars of Eternity. That's cool.
And so I believe we more or less got our way to said temple to inquire after Silver Sword. And we were stopped by the guards because we were all awesome and Riven is spooky. We're sort of used to that by now, but they aren't, so I guess that makes sense. And nothing bad happened with the guards, so that's good. Um, yeah, I think that's about where we left it, right?
Oh, just about. We got inside to find the dwarf blacksmith who runs this place, or just works here at least. And when we got in and sat down to talk to him, because apparently he's the person Yong talked to way back when she was hunting for the sword, uh, Locke and Oak spotted that the sword is just on a display case on the roof.
On the wall, but yeah.
Roof, wall, high up, whatever.
Yeah.
Point is, it's high up and out of sight.
Well, it's inside. Otherwise, you wouldn't have seen it. It's just high up and
I
out.
mean, directly in sight, but also high up.
Yes.
It's higher than eye level, is what I meant. Don't get persnickety with me.
So, yes.
Don't get persnickety with me, or I'll get persnickety with your toe bones.
Ow.
The biggest takeaway is at least so far, nothing bad has happened from anyone, so everything's good.
Indeed.
Yes.
One,
Everything
two,
is perfectly
three,
fine.
4, 5.
Okay. So, um, with that in mind, you guys are currently in the mainline temple to Helm, and just for purposes of descriptions, um, this is the temple just is like built into the mountain, and the big like when you get into the deeper bowels of the temple itself, you're gonna be inside the mountain. But there's like a courtyard area in the front where the like outer side of that's outside of the mountain, and the blacksmith is not located very deep into the actual temple because he wants to allow for space for everyone to like make use of his weapons and other such things, and for like so that somebody isn't confused as to why there's a random sword sitting right there. He does have other things displayed besides just the obvious thing that you guys noticed. Um, so yeah, that is where we are currently at. You guys are all in his forge. He's finishing messing with something, and um, he just sees all of you approach and has heard that he was being looked for. So.
I forgot about the battle crab.
Oh.
I was going through my notes and I found the battle crab.
Yeah.
Sorry, back to the game.
So, how do you want to proceed from here? The person that was doing the most of the talking was usually Locke. So,
I mean, I guess that'll just remain the case.
probably.
So let me just, did we learn this guy's name yet?
Sawdrack. Yes.
Right, Sawrack. Gotcha.
I gave it to you, Sadgarak, right here.
Sagrak.
Yeah, there we go.
Sad crack. Gotcha.
He's
Well,
only sad because his name is Sadgrak.
Because
If only
maybe-
it was Sad Guac, then he would be like Sad Guacamole.
Why the fuck is there a facehugger made out of poop on the mountain?
You were supposed to discover that when it appeared, not when I was drinking. Well, my sinuses now smell lemon-flavored tea. Thank you. Oh, gosh. Oh.
This is why we have a doodle room.
Come on,
The
guys,
plot
we're
is
on the
attempting
doodle
to
room.
take
We
it.
gotta be serious.
Oh, I got
Okay.
that.
Okay. Anyway. All right. Shut up, I'm a Gungan. Okay, so.
Okay.
I'll second to catch that one. All right.
I now just hear Brian doing a Jar Jar Binks voice. My brain's just like, nope.
Misa no wants to do that.
Come on.
I don't even remember it, so I'm not gonna.
Okay, good. Anyway.
You know how long it's been since I've seen episode 1?
I mean, you have the accent thing down. Not good enough for me. Anyway.
Anyway, yes, back to the game. So, Locke will, is there like a stool or something in here where Locke could feasibly, like, sit down or something? Or am I
Yeah.
going to be talking the whole time? Oh, there's like a, okay.
Yeah, you can sit down if you want.
Okay. If there's like a spare chair or stool or anything that's not currently in use, I'll just, put it as, like, respectful distance back from the blacksmith and sit down. You're Sadgrak, correct?
I am.
My name is Locke. These are my friends back here. Riven, Byrn, Oak. And we've come here in search of a friend of ours who passed through not too terribly long ago. Dwarven woman named Young. I'm given to
Oh.
understand that you two spoke.
We did briefly. White hair. Very, she seemed to have a lot on her mind when she was here.
Yeah, that's been a running theme with us for a while. We're given to understand that, she was after something from that you would know of,
Ah,
or perhaps have in your possession, and that you sent her on some sort of test or trial or something of the sort?
yes. So, she was after one of my, wares, and I do, when one doesn't, I don't necessarily sell my things the way that others do, especially some of the more powerful ones. I tend to favor a more interesting approach. I host a set of trials, or potential trials, for one to be able to get any of the wares that I have. Your friend came in, she tried the trials that were available to her, and she failed. And so she was sent on her way.
That's about what I heard from her lips on the subject.
Yes. I don't know what became of her besides that. So,
She's currently stuck in a lead box in the middle of a volcano, so...
that's not pleasant.
Oh, it absolutely isn't. We're going to be going to get her as soon as we're done here.
Good luck with that.
Sorry.
Luck is one of those things where I am confident we always have it, but it never feels like it. But I digress. As matters stand, we are here after the same thing she was after.
I see. That makes sense. She came to try the trial to get something that was seemingly incredibly important to her. I stands to reason that you, as her friend, it's important to you as well.
Let's just say that a friend of ours is in mortal peril, and if we can't get that thing, then we can't get them back. We can't help them. So there's a degree of personal investment in this.
Well, seems to me you should be willing to try my trials then.
I mean, of course, but ideally I'd rather not run in 100% blind.
Oh, of course. Assuming that you were ready for them and trying them, I would give them give you information. The question that I have then is all of your friends going to try the trials, or is it going to be just you?
I feel like that's something we should probably discuss amongst ourselves, but I had figured that, assuming it was permissible, we would be going in as a team.
All right.
We tend to function as a unit more than individuals, so...
Reasonable. Of course, you can choose to talk amongst your team, and my trials can be ready for you whenever you wish. Well, one is special and would take preparation, but aside from that, you can try whenever you are ready.
All right. That said, I do have one small point of curiosity. You're a blacksmith.
Yep.
You make metal things from ore. You make swords, axes, armors, rivets, etc.
Of course.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but being the designer of elaborate trials strikes me as a bit of a leap in the professions here. Could you help me logically bridge that gap? Why is the blacksmith in charge of the elaborate trials?
The trials were not necessarily conceived by me, and well, not built by me. They were conceived by a lot of us here. However, we wanted a means to help others and to give weapons and gear that is more powerful, but we can't just sell that out to any random person off the beaten path. We need to make sure the person's ready for it.
Makes sense.
Our deity is about order and rules and law. So, trials, which a bunch of, some would say, more complicated rules, and that is a means to see if someone is ready.
All right. I'll go and discuss with my team. I'll give a little nod of my head and stand up and head back to the others, and I guess we'll back up a bit so that we can talk in private a little bit.
Yeah, about that. That might be
as private as can be expected, given we have an armed escort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it's admittedly it's interesting to note that Sadrak was looking back behind you to look at your team, and he noticed the obvious escort that was around Riven, and he also noticed the fact that Riven had a massive direwolf dog. Didn't bat an eyelash. He's just like, okay, sure.
Oh, cool. That's new. All right, so I will share everything I just heard. So, what are we thinking? Are we wanting to play this?
So he definitely has the sword we're looking for?
Near as I can tell, yeah. I'm not getting any reasons right now to doubt him.
All we have to do is pass some series of trials, then?
You sure he has it?
I'm pretty sure. I was getting a pretty good vibe from the guy. Perhaps takes a little bit too much delight in making people work their asses off for things, but I mean, hey. That's aggravating, not bad.
Are the trials, going to be super fast, or?
I have absolutely no idea.
It's gonna be
I was
stupid,
kind
that's
of
what it's
getting
gonna be.
I was kind of figuring I got the impression that we'd have to agree to go in as a team before we'd get any clues as to what we're even getting into, so...
Because that worked well on the ship. Oh, wait.
I feel like I'm either forgetting or missing something, but alright.
It's like we told him we didn't want to go on an adventure, and then he's like going to do it anyway, and I don't know. Getting roped in before you get all the details of what you're getting roped into.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I mean, this is what we came here to do, but I just want to make sure everyone's on the same page before we commit.
Nope.
I mean, I tend to just be... for whatever reason, I seem to be the one spearheading most of our conversations, but I am not in a leadership position here. I'm just the best with people for some reason.
I blame
So
character
can
problems.
someone just explain, like, why they can't just give it to us?
Well, his reasoning is that the things that he makes and distributes are, significantly more powerful than, the traditional weapons and armor, the average bloke might use, and that means they could
I'm sorry.
dangerous in in unprepared hands. So the whole point of these trials is to make sure that people who want his stuff are, actually prepared and ready to responsibly wield them and not hurt themselves.
That's for his shit. We're here for silver shit, right?
Yes. But
Okay. And also, isn't silver shit made by a god?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure of its origin.
Cool.
Asking question of that is yes. You see, he says that they are his wares because they belong to him currently, not necessarily because he made them.
Right.
He just happens to have a lot of wares that are high-powered helm gear that he made some of.
Yeah, the thing is, we're just here for silver stuff, so it's just like, trial is just kind of like, kind of pointless, because it's like, hey, we're her friends, we're trying to rescue her, and oh, you want to put us through a freaking trial to go save our friend? What if we die? Then she's got lost for good.
What if we fell like young and end up in an iron box or whatever?
Exactly.
Well, bottom line is, I'm not necessarily a fan of it myself, but I'd rather not cause a huge uproar by, going against the things that are being presented right now. I'd like us to just get this done quick, clean, and right without causing an uproar or any unnecessary conflict. So, these are the terms being laid out for us to get what we came here to get. I say let's just play along with it best of our ability and get it over with.
What if we just explain that we're in a hurry and offer a lot of gold?
I mean, you are welcome to try that.
Byrn immediately shrinks back.
Oh, go on. It's worth a try, because it's just like, as the longer this goes on, the more I think your friend is dead.
That does concern me, too.
We definitely don't want that fate.
Certainly not.
I'm sorry, I don't trust him.
I don't trust a lot of people, but...
I mean, part of the reason...
Evidently, neither does he. The trials exist in the first place.
Part of
Yeah,
the reason...
for his stuff, but we're here for silver shit. Like, hey, we're her party. Just talk to the god and stuff, and you should say, like, yeah, she hangs out with them. They're cool. Give it to them.
I am not sure that's how that works.
Look, I don't know either.
I mean, hey, like, Helms talked to me all of one time, and he was... I'm not going to finish that sentence.
As Locke suddenly remembers where he is. It's like, okay, this is not the place to be a heretic. Not the place to blaspheme.
Somewhere a metapigeon.
Because what I was about to say before I remembered, wait, I'm in the presence of this guy's paladins was, I only talked to the guy once, and he was, frankly, not very impressive and way too cryptic. But then I remembered, there's a paladin listening to this entire conversation who doesn't trust us.
Yeah.
So I'm
So,
just fine on that.
from somewhere, a meta pigeon in the distance coos something about you going toe to toe with a god in another city and trying to put them in their place verbally.
No,
I just
Fine,
shot
I'll-
that god. What are you talking about?
yeah,
I shot him.
not verbally.
Yeah, I yelled at him, but I also shot him.
True.
As DM for this situation, I have a potentially quote unquote oracle character of an NPC, and his more paranoid, careful nature is befitting of Locke, in that while he doesn't want to be roped into something that he's not given all the details of, he hopes that, you could learn of the trials before you jump in. Maybe because they're trials, they're challenges, and they can't give you all the information right out of the gate, but,
Wait. I just thought of something. Are we 100% sure that the sword is here, or we have a pretty good hunch it's here?
I honestly don't think it's here. I think they're lying to us.
So
Are we speaking in character again now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So before we try and sign up for some trials or games or whatever they have, why don't we ask them to prove to us they have it? Like, show us this is what you're fighting for, so we know for sure that it's worth wasting our time.
Okay, fair enough, I suppose. I'll bring all that up. I'll go ahead and make my way back over to the stool I pulled out.
Now, this is a question for Brian briefly.
Yes.
The ending of last session was the reveal that the sword is there. You can see it.
Yeah.
So.
I'm aware.
Doesn't want to point it out to the rest of us.
Yeah, but like, there's shit I know about this whole situation that Locke doesn't, so...
Fair enough.
So Locke is gonna go ahead and park himself on that stool again. Right, so... There have been a couple of concerns raised by my friends. I'd like to run over them first, before this proceeds.
Alright.
So, the first matter...
And it's also established... back up. It's also established from this exchange that Locke is the one that's talking to him in his blacksmith shop, and the others are, out of
Outside, I
earshot.
guess.
Out of earshot.
Yeah, I figured like
because the only
Yeah.
reason for you to have to repeat it is because they can't hear you. So.
Right.
I imagine we'd be sitting...
I figured when we shuffled back we were talking in lowered voices.
Right, of course.
Yeah, and
I meant in the context of why Locke would have to tell them what all was said was because they can't hear what he's saying.
Right. Either way.
Maybe we're outside because all of us plus giant dog plus escort paladins are too much to fit in said entry. I don't know.
Maybe.
Pretty much.
Alright, so the first and the big concern that was raised is how long, roughly, would you wager one of the necessary trials would take? Would this be something we could wrap up in within an hour or within a day, or would it be a multi-day process? We are on a time crunch here, and as I mentioned, a good friend of mine's life is on the line. The longer we spend on this, the more likely it is she'll be dead by the time we get back.
The absolute longest that any of these trials will take would be just over a day.
That's the absolute longest one.
That's the absolute longest. Most of the trials, well, there are 3 trials. I'll give you this information now to ease your worry.
Alright.
There are 3 trials. One trial would be you and us prep for it, and the following morning at dawn, it goes down.
Alright.
The other 2, you can go and you can challenge, and it'll take however long it takes you to fulfill said challenge.
Alright.
Therefore, more often than not, it's going to take less than a day. That third one would take the longest but would be a challenge that could go over at about the same speed as the others.
All right. All right.
And I should also note that if you want to go as a group, the trials as it stands, in order to get the item that you wish, you only need to succeed in one of the 3 trials. Not all, but just one. However,
All right.
you only get you and your friends only get one chance. And if one of you fails at a given trial, all of you fail.
Oof. All right. Good to know those stakes. Now, just a quick point of order for clarification. Do the other party members currently have visual on this conversation?
I would think Riven's trying to watch.
Probably. I mean, getting visual on it, perhaps. Be able to hear it, not so much.
All right. All right. Another concern that was raised by one of my party members, the kind of spooky one with the escort and the wolf. She is not as trusting as I might be at some points, which is saying something. She's concerned
that's
that
why she has the escort.
there's a lot to that. Honestly, I'm half tempted to pursue that while we're here, but we have priorities. She's concerned that the weapon we're after, the sword we're wanting to acquire, isn't even here. But, and I will dip into awakened mind.
I mean, I'm so tempted to sit there and just have her have an ADHD moment, just sit there looking at one of the guards and then tries to go and pokes the helmet.
Well, anyway.
No, Riven goes up to him and pokes at his armor without touching it. It's like, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
I'm not that annoying.
Okay.
Anyway, so awakened mind to Sadrak. As it is, I spotted it when we were coming in, but she didn't, and I'm slightly concerned that in her current impulsive state, she might do something rash if she realizes the thing we're here for is right there, and I would really rather avoid that. So, is there some means you can provide of proving it's there without pointing at it?
That is tricky. I've got the thing, wink, wink.
Oh, that's suspicious as hell. Pulls out axes. We'll kill them all.
Oh.
She turns to Locke. Give me 5 minutes. Actually, wait.
Come
No.
back
How
with
long is
16
combat?
white voices.
Wait, how long does combat last in D&D? She turns and says, "Give me 5 rounds."
It's like 30 seconds.
Alright, so the question that I have is, how would one do that?
Prove that there's a sword to the rest of us.
I genuinely do not know. That's why I was asking you. I hope that maybe you... I honestly don't even know what the sword is called. I just know it's important to Helm.
That actually is a good point.
That it doesn't have a fucking name?
Yes! So, excuse me. I will be in 5 minutes.
I mean,
Give me 5 rounds.
Technically speaking, one of the key
Technically.
features of Silver's sword was she could speak a command word and turn it on fire. So by all
Brissinger.
It's in a specific language, though.
Brissinger.
In my brain,
It's basically fucking Brissinger.
in my brain, I was like what Brian said, Brissinger or Flame Tongue Sword. There's a bazillion and one variations of this sword can magically create fire by virtue of being on fire when I say so. So it's probably got a name like that. But we don't know what it is, and it doesn't matter for the sake of the story currently.
What does this word mean?
And the emphasis to the obvious thing, of course, is Riven doesn't know the sword because she's never saw it because Riven hasn't seen silver. So, anyway,
Do you have like a manifest or like an inventory list?
does she know the name of the sword, or do you? We can say you do.
Do it. I mean, yeah, I know it. I travel with the person we're trying to save. Knew probably more about it than most people I've met.
Well, if that's the case, I do in fact have an inventory of my gear for purposes of when someone comes around to take part in the trials. After all, the trials are a chance to get gear, and someone would want to know what they have options as prices.
Okay, I got.
All right.
So,
All right. Well,
and
if
he
that's the
will
case,
he will sort of walk over to his desk, like take off his metal gloves so he's not like cranking the ledger or something, and hand you off a ledger. Here is a list of all the gear that I have.
and I'll flip through it to find the sword's name.
You find it. It's on page 3.
It's called Life's Limit. No.
Is what you sent me the name of the sword?
Yes.
And it is. I'm assuming the name of the sword would probably also be written in that.
Yes.
I've given you a suggestion if you don't like the other name.
That's fine. Anyway, so Locke,
Yes.
this is an interesting tidbit because I'm going to use this to make this fun. You will notice going through the ledger that all the different pieces of gear, they will occasionally be in different languages with written text. And sometimes the handwriting is sloppy because it's a different language that he's not super proficient with. But he knows what the name is and knows kind of how to write it. But then you have Eyes of the Roomkeeper, so you can read it anyway.
Indeed.
You know that in any of the times that Silver spoke of her sword, she said something that you didn't quite able to understand in Celestial, and you find a Celestial name. And the name of the sword is apparently Vindication, but written in Celestial.
All right, so I find that.
Yep. I also like that name. That's cool. I just wonder what it would sound like in Celestial. That is a Pokemon. Shush.
Maybe it would sound like that in Celestial. Velenroll. But anyway.
Anyway.
So I will. So I'll look that over. Yep, that's it. And I will. Then I will look back towards Riven and just. Is Riven within 30 feet?
Yeah, probably. Well, how logistics? How far away is "quote unquote" earshot?
I have no fucking idea.
So probably. You
she's.
can make your way out.
Let me put it this way. Locke said on multiple occasions that he was using Awakened Mind to speak with Guy, right?
Yeah.
So earshot is inside of Locke's brain.
Uh-huh.
Well,
the point is, I was.
It's fine.
Right, well, if she's more than 30 feet away, I'll save on that for now.
Mm-hmm.
So I will nod and I will hand the ledger back.
After
All right,
an awkward
so
staring contest at each other for a little bit, you have a ledger.
Yep. All right. So I'll go ahead and stop with the Awakened Mind that I'm very impressed this guy didn't jump at all.
He's seen worse. He's interacted with a bunch of people.
All right. So I only have one other concern that the rest of my party raised. See, to my knowledge, the individual that we are trying to rescue once used that very sword. It was in their possession before it wound up here. I hadn't really stopped to think about it before we started talking. But we're not trying to get it for ourselves. We're trying to return it to the person who held it last. So, some members of my group are raising the concern that the trial for us is perhaps pointless or redundant because we're not going to be using it anyway. We're taking it back to someone who was already worthy. I understand that you probably can't take us at our word on that.
But because I'm not a railroad DM, Locke roll persuasion. But it's gonna be hard.
21.
I set it at 25.
Like, sorry, kid.
It is unfortunate, but it makes sense. They're all about their rules and order. He might want to do it, but if he was to do it for you and then someone else gets wind of it, it's like, you can't do that.
Justification. That's gonna be a shield. The next piece she needs is a shield.
That's not quite as important as the sword. She didn't have a magic shield, did she?
No. She just had just a normal +2 shield? It's either +1 or +2.
Either way.
It's almost as if you looked at your sheet. I don't even know.
I mean, I can look now. Oh wait, no, it's
Yes, that, but not in that horrible accent.
Again, Northern Poisonal. Rules is rules.
Hey, come on!
I mean, if you could write that and make it Scottish, I would be okay with it because, dwarves are Scottish. But anyway.
Forget about it.
So...
Oh, not if you do the D20 dwarves. They're Boston.
I mean, some of them are, yeah.
Instead of being from deep in the caves or from deep in the subway. Rules are rules.
Kid, sorry, nothing personal. Rules are rules.
Yeah, that.
Anyway. Alright, anyway. So what does he say in response to my failed persuasion check?
Well, I did say that when Byrn put that, it's like basically that, but not with that bad accent that I can't imitate.
Alright, so nothing personal, but rules are rules.
Yep.
Alright, I will not lie to you, that is extraordinarily frustrating, but I do understand. Alright.
Tell you what. Maybe I can set aside and give something else, or make the trials... Well, actually, I could make one of the trials a little bit easier to set up, depending.
If rules are rules, would your order really be alright with that?
The way I would change it? Perhaps. But that depends on you. What trial you choose. But I would assume you would want all your friends to be able to hear the conversation of the explanation of the trials and what goes down, and if one of them is untrustworthy, some of the trials might be a little bit more difficult.
Right. Well, regardless, the proof you provided of the sword should hopefully smooth that over, so... Alright, I'll go relay that, and then we'll probably all come over to hear about the trials and pick one.
Yes.
And I'll get up and I'll return to the others. And first thing, once I'm back with the group, I'll turn to Riven. Alright, so he did provide proof of Vindication's presence here.
Oh, he just showed you, what, the book?
It contains his inventory, ledger of everything he currently has in stock. He wouldn't have had time to edit that before we walked in, or add anything, so... And the name of the sword is listed there, and given that this is an order of helm, and I'll just sort of lightly knock one of my knuckles on the wall, their whole shtick is they're all about rules, order, and laws, and lies typically go in the face of that. So, in light of all of that, I am inclined to believe that, yes, they do have the sword here.
Riven,
Mm.
Make me a charisma save.
Oh no. Oh no.
That laugh, though.
Oh, I didn't like that.
Was that
10.
laugh in character?
Oh
No.
no.
Okay, Darid. I rolled a 10.
You're gonna hear something in your head.
Paper doesn't prove anything, Locke. The only things that can prove are what we see with our eyes. Now the thing is, Young came here before us.
She did. Yes.
How do you know he didn't make a amendment then to his book? You saw the book with your own eyes. How do you know you just didn't agree with him?
The tension's so thick you can cut it with a knife. Yeah.
Locke, you know I'm simple. Words aren't really going to cut it for me.
I mean, maybe, but still, there is still the point. This is a temple of Helm.
Yeah, and apparently hers fallen or something. How do you know this one hasn't fallen? I mean, I talked to a ghost outside that has a grudge against this place, so...
Oh, really? Would you care to share the details?
I'll share the details once you share in the fact that the sword is here.
Walking in, I was pretty confident of its presence even before I spoke to the man. If I give my reasoning, can you promise me you're not going to do anything on it? And I'll sort of awakened mind to Riven at this point.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
awaken
I
my-
promise not to do anything on it.
I will awakened mind to Riven and be like, look, I really, really do want to trust you right now, but you have been acting strange and more aggressive than usual lately, and it's making me nervous. I don't want to fight with these people.
Yeah, and I'm tired and I want to go home. So the sooner we get the sword, the sooner we get out. We go find your friend. Actually, no, we gotta go find Yang, and then we go rescue your friend, and then I can go home.
Yes,
I'm sure you want to
that-
go home too.
I do. I absolutely
So
do.
then
but
let's get this over with.
The point I'm trying to make is I just don't want to accidentally make an enemy of a large order of paladins in the process. If I do that, then my home is no longer safe. You've seen how far these people can go when you slight them or when they're twisted from within. I don't want that coming down on my family. Not after I spent so long putting it back together. So please, I am begging you, don't act on it if I show my reasoning.
And I won't act on it.
Insight check.
The trust in this group is palpable.
Right? Currently, right now, yeah, there's issues. Riven, do you want to roll a thing, or do you want to, explain that yourself?
Sure.
You can roll it in secret if you want to.
Oh, they're the same thing, so it's not. No one's really gonna know what it is. So, oh, where's my roller? Oh, they see through it. Okay. If you can see the gears in her mind are turning, she seems to be nitpicking at the promise.
Just so we are clear, Riven, I am pretty good at telling if someone's not being honest with me.
What? I promise I won't act on it.
That means staying put and sticking with the plan.
What?
Admittedly, Locke, you didn't say how long the trials take. They asked you that question. You came into the other first.
Right. I mean,
FYI.
can we just say that I brought that up at some point?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Yeah, we know it's not gonna take long, but still, it seems like a pain in the ass.
I know it's there because it's right there.
Right where?
It's in the room.
Okay. Where in the room? If you haven't noticed, we've been kind of like a little bit stuck out here because of, shiny caps here.
It's in a display case up higher on a wall.
She'll look around. How many display cases are there?
Several.
Alright. Yeah, she's just gonna sit there and look from case to case, but she's not moving. She's trying to determine which case it is. Byrn, Oak, Locke, going forward. What's going?
What?
Oh, I'm just saying it's she's clearly looking from case to case
Right.
because she doesn't know which one it is.
Yep. You know it's a sword, and there's at least 3 swords.
Okay, it's one of the 3. I mean, I can sit there and I can flip a coin, but that'll only take care of 2.
Is this out loud?
No.
You had it
That was
like-
out of character.
Okay, good. I was gonna say if it was
I was just
heady-
making.
I was gonna say that if it was in character but not out loud, Locke has awakened mind, so he can still hear her.
To be fair, it has to be information they want to convey.
Yeah,
It's
she's
not
just
like detective
she has a
thought.
very well. The thing is, it's you're inciting her right now, so it's she has a very contemplating look of huh.
And this is when,
But yes, you guys can go on with the role playing.
this is when Oak is like, Riven, no, Pat.
Riven, no.
But she's not doing anything.
This is
She's just sitting there thinking.
this is when we get Cal in the mix and then just shut this whole thing up. Anywho, all right.
Oh, we desperately need that one back.
Yes.
Whatever
No one's
happened to
tried
her?
messaging her.
She ran off to talk to someone who might be able to help with the axes, which we could really use right about now.
Anyway,
But
I
anyway,
mean,
so are we going to follow through with the trials then? Says Oak.
I feel like we should, if only for the sake of not making enemies.
question:
Shoot.
will the sword be present in the trials?
I
No,
actually don't know.
no.
The sky has answered.
Well,
Thanks, Helm.
Technically, you don't know that, so yeah.
I would argue probably not, on the grounds that the whole point of the trial is to see if we're willing to take a piece of gear from his armory. It's not specific to the sword, it's to all of these, divine things that he stores, some of which he has made. So I would wager that it's a more generalized trial, and that the
So
tool.
the trials is take something from his shop?
No, that is not in the slightest what I said.
How long did you say the trials would take?
The longest one is supposed to take just under a day. The other 2 are immediately slipping my attention.
It is
Specifically,
it was the longest one would take just over a day. But he also said with your persuasion check that he could potentially expedite one to be shorter, which if he was saying it with context and with, intent, logistics would say he's probably wanting to expedite the one that is longer. So, there's that. And then the rest would be
AKA.
AKA, Locke right now assumes that most likely it's going to take less than a day.
so if the reward of beating the trials is beating all the trials together is to choose a piece of equipment from his
Oh
shop.
no, we only pick one trial, as far as I can tell. We only pick one. We together do that one, but if we fail, we all fail it. So we have to work as a very good unit when we go in there.
Huh.
The intent with it is You only have one shot on, and I'll do this out of character for sake of brevity.
Obviously.
But
Right.
basically, it's 3 trials. You each get one shot at each of these trials, so you have 3 chances. But you only have to succeed in 1.
Ah.
And since he has multiple pieces of gear, theoretically, if you beat the first one and were super confident, you could do another one and get something else. But you only get
Bonus
3.
points.
But you only get 3 chances.
1 shot per trial.
1 shot per trial.
Oof.
Did he
Also-
happen to say what
and he
are
also-
the trials?
He had.
He has not yet revealed the details of that. The idea is that once we've agreed to undertake the trials as a group, he'll reveal all the details, and then we can pick which one.
Well, I wish you guys luck.
What?
Riven don't
No,
take
generally,
what
I didn't hear you. You were too quiet.
I said, well, I wish you guys luck.
You're not helping?
You made me promise not to act on it. So, the act of doing the trials to get the sword is acting upon it.
Locke will slowly
Oh,
face
it's either-
palm.
Well, it's either that, or I go and take the sword, set it down, and like do some sort of weird acting job on top of it. I don't know.
I will use Mage Hand to finger flick Riven on the nose.
Roll initiative. Actually, Mage Hand is invisible. How does she know it wasn't a paladin?
because
Because
she
the
knows my Mage Hand.
I know it's going to be him. So,
Uh-huh.
Probably also helps that like while one hand is covering my face, the other hand is going through the motions.
Blop.
oh wait, is he actually doing that?
Yeah, Locke is nose flicking Riven because
Oh,
that
she
was
punches you. Just straight up punch.
oh.
Roll initiative.
I mean, my
Riven-
armor class is 14.
Riven roll
Locke
an
hides
attack roll.
behind Shiny Cap. Protect me!
Riven roll an attack roll. You technically wouldn't get proficiency because you're not proficient in unarmed combat.
But I do get my strength, so.
Just a straight strength roll, basically.
Missed you on purpose, Baka.
I don't know, do I need to make a will save at this point?
I mean, charisma?
No.
It wouldn't be will. That's 3.5.
That's
No,
not
I
here.
meant, like, or wisdom or whatever because of,
Your axes use
Anger.
charisma. Well, your axes use charisma, and if you're just getting angry yourself, getting angry, I would say probably wisdom. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if I hold back my rage.
Slay the boy. No, please. I'm one adventure
I mean-
away from retirement.
I mean, I can send you to an early retirement.
Jesus Christ.
She can take you on all the adventures, Locke.
Yeah, just
Anyway,
drag you around.
And you'd be in her head for all eternity to exact revenge.
hey, Riven,
Yes.
roll for me athletics
Jeez.
or acrobatics, your choice.
Athletics. Oh, where were
Yeah.
you?
No,
Unless
please, go away.
Okay.
What?
So as you haul off and punch Locke, part of the reason
Or
why
tried to.
part of the reason why your nat 1 was a fail in the grand scheme of things is because when you went to try to punch your teammate, your escort tried to grab you. You pushed him out of the way effortlessly, but that threw you off balance and you missed Locke.
Uh-oh.
Fuck you doing, dude?
Look, I understand that you have
She's
issues.
like, she's looking at the guard and be like, "What the hell? Do you want to fight now?"
Hey, that's enough.
Looking
No.
at me?
He doesn't need to grab me.
You don't need to punch me.
You don't need to hit me.
I was
Children.
flicking you on the nose because you were being incredibly immature.
I'll glare at the guard.
They're probably not trial of loyalty then. That's an easy answer. He just steps away. He's still being the escort and keeping an eye on you, but he's keeping his distance.
Riven, what in the world? No, I'm not going to finish that question. I know the answer.
What? It's only fair. You flick me on the nose, I hit you. You know what's my reaction?
Riven, just yesterday, you threatened to attack someone simply for yelling at me. If you're that protective over me, then why in the world would you try to hit me over something like that?
To knock some sense into you.
I'm me.
Look, if I was going to, like, fully attack you, do you think I would just punch you?
Just staring.
No, I showed you mercy.
Mercy? Riven, in a group of friends, mercy is not the thing that should be shown. That shouldn't even be on the table.
Show your friends.
Because it shouldn't even be relevant. Fuck it. And I will turn back to our escort. Who is the most powerful priest or cleric in this temple?
Why do you ask?
Because my friend needs help, and it's not within my power to give it. When you met us at the gate, you tried to bar her entry. You felt an aura of evil around her, didn't you?
That's why I'm here, yes.
And I will point at the axes. There it is, right there. I've tried to deal with it subtly. I've tried to find help in quiet ways, and I'm at my wit's end.
Riven's just sitting here with the raised eyebrow.
Let me ask you, he sort of brushes himself off. You want one of the items, you want to do one of the challenges, or the trials. If you can get your friend to go along with it, we can help her. She's got to want the help.
I understand that, but if I may make an observation, sir. Helm is supposed to be a protector of innocence, and a punisher of evils, is he not? That is the whole point of him, as a deity.
It's a big part of it, yes.
Locke,
Riven,
you take these axes away. I can't help you anymore.
and why is that? Answer me that honestly, Riven.
Because you would be taking my strength away.
Taking the axes would make you weak? Or would you simply feel weak without something that strong in your hands? I saw you in battle long before you ever held those, and you were a terror on the battlefield even back then.
Yes, but these axes assured that I can keep you safe.
You were keeping me safe even before you had them.
Yes, and these let me do it a better job.
But at what cost, Riven? When I called you to help me rescue Silver, I wasn't calling you just because you're strong as hell. I was calling on you because I know you and I trust you and I wanted my friend to have my back. These axes are turning you into something that is most assuredly not my friend. The Riven I met on the road and got to know and silently overheard the confessions of in that glade with that unicorn would not try to hit me over a nose flick. That is not my friend, Riven, and right now the life of my friend is more important than her sword arm.
If I didn't have the axes, I don't think we would be here today.
Who's to say? None of us are oracles, none of us can read the hands of fate. That's not for us. But if I have to choose between having you fight at my side, losing you... Shut up. Trying to have a dramatic moment here. But if I have to choose between watching you leave this fight or letting you keep fighting but get yourself killed or turn into something wrong. I'd rather it be the former. My friends are more important to me than anything else, and I'm not going to throw their lives away, and I'm not letting you throw your life away over whatever delusions that damn intelligent axe has put in your head. And I know it's intelligent. I've tried talking to the damn things. And they blasted me out. Damn near killed my mom at one point when she tried to deal with it. Maybe the axes make you stronger, but it's not worth it, Riven. I am begging you as your friend to trust me on this. Please. You're the first friend I made out of Sevanora. And the damn well best one at that.
At least we know that this whole conversation and all these issues is in the characters, not in the players.
Yeah.
And it should be noted that Locke is, visibly struggling not to cry right now. He's got, the full shakes going on.
You don't want me strong?
Strong without them, Riven. That's what he's saying. I'd hazard a guess.
No, I know how strong I was before I had these. Don't go butting in. I know myself.
A cool step away.
Shit, I had the line. But then Oak had to say something.
I am sorry.
No, it's okay.
That's usually my job.
Shush you.
Let the dramatic moment happen. I've got the appropriate music and everything.
Hey.
You don't want me strong, so you want me weak. Weak gets you killed in a battle. Weak gets you killed when you try to survive. How can I trust you now when you don't want me to be strong?
I do want you strong.
No, you just said you don't. You don't want me to have these axes. These axes make me strong.
Riven.
We are strong.
Riven! Isn't that the whole point of a team?
We're talking about you guys. Guards, you don't want an evil present here? Lead me back outside.
Riven, please.
I don't have. I'm not gonna trust a word, Locke. Like I said, words can lie.
Maybe they do, but our actions don't. And our memories are faulty, but they don't lie either. And I remember. I remember how strong you were when we first met. I was terrified of how strong you were when we first met.
No, that's because you are a wimp. You're a bag of cowardly bones.
I was. But I'm not anymore. Because I had a damn good example to follow. And that was you. I learned how to not shit my pants at the first sign of trouble. Because I had your strength as an example to follow. As inspiration to guide my hand. To learn from. Back then you were an inspiration. You were an inspiration, you were a great fighter, you were an expert hunter, a master tracker. As we traveled together, I saw you grow and get stronger with every single encounter, using just the things we had on hand. We had our weaknesses, but everyone does. I wouldn't be even half the person I am today if I hadn't had your example. And that example was before you picked up those axes. That's what I remember. Those are the actions you had. Faulty, maybe, but not a lie. I've stuck my neck out for you a lot of times, Riven. Broken my back. For your sake. And I'll sort of jab a thumb over at Oak. And when that oaf went and conspired with Young to dig around in your effects and your past, I was on your side in that whole affair. So...
Hey, Byrn gets to learn backstory. Yay.
So if all of that has been worth anything, then I ask that you trust me one more time so that your actions can prove that you don't need those axes. Let them go. And prove to yourself just how little you need them. We got them from the horde of a black fucking dragon. A dragon that you defeated without them. A weak person could not do that.
Shadow Dragon, but yes.
Shadow, shut up, fuck. It's a dragon and it's black.
Just a dark dragon.
Whatever.
It's a spooky dragon.
Point
Red-eyes
stands.
Spoopy Dragon.
Point stands.
Okay, gotta be serious. You're making a major mistake by asking me to give these up.
Maybe. From where I stand, the bigger mistake is to hold my silence and let them eat you alive.
No, this does actually get through the Riven. Because of the nature of how their trials work, and what their trials are, and what Helm is all about, I'm about half tempted to give Riven a charisma save with advantage, because holy crap, he's right, and she knows it. And if she succeeds, and she's willing to give up the axes, I'd almost say that they could that could potentially lead to skipping the trials entirely. But anyway, I did enjoy making them, and I want you to play them. But I also enjoy tense RP stuff. But I leave that up to Sam as a player if she would be okay with such a role.
I'm just looking up stuff.
Alright.
I mean, it's been a long time since we've had a genuine, like, sort of serious heart-to-heart like this.
Yeah. And
Locke has not actually been all that viscerally, emotionally vulnerable in a while.
Yeah.
At least since the hag.
No, that was less him being emotionally vulnerable and more him being emotionally livid. That was a bit different. There
Right.
he was pissed. Here he's very much teetering on the brink of fully breaking down into sobs because his best friend just about punched him in the face.
Among other things, but you know.
You flicked her on the nose, and then the guard stepped in and made it all hostile.
Yeah, the guard stepping in wasn't all right, but neither was trying to punch Locke in the face in the first place. That was an unokay escalation.
Oh, what the hell would you want me to do?
Fly a hand up to your face and glare angrily and go, "Hey!" Or flick my nose back.
She's
That
flicking her nose with her hand and a fist.
Oh, don't even. You will make no mileage on that semantic with me.
Yeah, it's just a flick of an elbow.
No, yeah, you lightly smack the tip of your finger against my nose. It's okay, I'll just drive the tip of my boot between your legs. It's the same thing, right? Why are you on the floor? Yeah? Come on, get up. I just flicked you in the dick. You're fine.
Oh, just like escalated.
Why is there a stain? Did something pop? Uh-oh.
I mean, it's just like my first thought of like when you flick the nose was like, okay, like siblings fighting, and how it just like slightly escalates until one's on the ground crying and be like, "Don't tell mom."
Well, you're halfway there.
I mean,
yeah, don't tell Cal.
Locke is great friends with Riven. Like, as far as Locke's concerned, Riven is his best friend, but he does not consider their relationship to be even remotely like that of, brother or sister or anything like that. That is not how he views it.
No.
No.
Maybe that's fine among little kid brothers and sisters.
It's just like impulse.
I gotcha, but still, like...
Yeah.
It still hurt. That was a very hurtful thing for Locke to be on the receiving end of.
It seemed to escalate just a hair too quickly, I think.
Yeah.
But what do you think makes the most sense here, Sam? For Riven? Or do you have something that you're going to say, having took a little bit of time to look stuff up?
I guess I just my chaos nature that's like in the back of my head, just like just do it, just start a fight, just do it, just give in, become them. That's just like sitting there going like, make it hard for them, make them play for it, make them jump through hoops, get entertained.
I feel like I've already had to jump through a few hoops because of all of the mental gymnastics Locke has had to do right for the last few minutes.
Well, it's just I'm sitting here going like, okay, the axes tell me one thing. I am more persuaded by the axes at this point. And the axes say, don't trust any of you.
Well, as DM, I want something to come from that heart-to-heart that is significant, because it does feel like something that would potentially get through to her with extra hoops, but yes, but...
Locke gets 1 negative level temporarily from stress and casts the effect of Greater Restoration without having the spell.
That'd be funny.
I mean, if it was 5th edition, it would be points of exhaustion instead of negative levels, but yeah.
Yeah.
She's going to give a heavy sigh as she rests her hands on top of her axes. And then with a slight pained expression, Locke, I'm not gonna let you make a mistake and get yourself killed by taking me out of the fight.
Not taking you out of the
I
fight.
promise to protect you, and these help me protect you. You take these away now, I'm no help to you.
Riven, they are killing you. And if
So
you're
what
dead,
if they're killing me, but I'm protecting this group?
Riven, if you're dead, you're no help to me or Cal.
I will be alive to see this through. I promise you that.
Will you be alive long enough to enjoy everything that comes after it? This isn't a concern about our strength on the battlefield. It's a concern for you big dummy. You, as a person.
I'm not gonna fail this promise.
You won't.
You take them away, I will.
Words can be lies.
Don't set me up for failure. I've failed enough already.
Aren't you the one who just a second ago told me that words can be lies?
I guess we don't have any trust in each other anymore.
I trust my friend. I don't trust the axes that whisper in her ear or try to speak through her. They can lie too. You spent a very long time trying to protect me, Riven. Can you try to let me protect you?
No, because I've seen what that leads to.
And what
Seen
does it
enough
lead?
It leads to death. That's what it does. Everyone who has protected me has died. So either you can sit here and now shut up and let me protect you to make sure you live to get back home to your family, or you're just inviting death in.
That's my invitation to make.
Then I don't want to be around to see it. Because I've seen enough death.
But if you're not here, then how can you keep that promise?
You just said yourself you would invite that in.
If it meant saving your life, yes, I would.
Go ahead. Go ahead and try to invite death in. Try to save my life.
I'll just sort of hold out a hand.
I'll make a roll for it, Sam. Do you think it denotes advantage, disadvantage, or not?
No advantage.
Oh, god damn it.
Because that's the thing, she really doesn't want to give up the axes. She really doesn't. But she hears you and understands, and she's trying to get you to see it like from her point of view. It's like everyone's gonna die. Darn.
Well,
I rolled a 2.
Yeah. I think you know what that
Yeah.
means. Nothing good.
Oh no.
I know.
Are we about to have an unfortunate PvP?
I don't know. It depends on what Dara tells me.
I think you already know.
Do you want me to do it?
Even after all of that.
Like, she's sitting there, she was like, dude, I understand. I'm playing Dancy Dance with Death here. My soul's about to be gone. Maybe. I don't know.
Admittedly,
But I'm on a mission.
admittedly, even if she goes on a rampage, there's not a whole lot that she's going to be able to be doing in this temple with a bunch of warriors. She's going to get overwhelmed really quickly. They're not going to kill her.
Okay.
Not,
I've been working on a line for this.
they're not going to kill her because they wouldn't just execute her outright. Especially not
that'd
after
be
such
trial.
especially not such after such kind of a dialogue as that.
Given the fact that there are
But
witnesses.
Here's a sentence. Be like, because it's very strange. It's very cold when she says this.
Almost not her voice, like at all. When she's talking, there's like echoey voices overlaid on top of hers, and you knowing her, know these voices are not hers. This is so cold and different.
She'll pull an axe out. Do you really want to risk it, boy? It'll only make us stronger. We will always be stronger.
Let her go. I'm not asking. I'm done asking.
It was a nice trick with the book, but it's just a book now.
I'm sitting back waiting on things to be resolved without me having to do anything. For very obvious and stupidly apparent reasons, this is not going that way. Calm emotion.
Well, the thing is, she was getting ready to strike Locke's hand.
So, here's the thing. I take it if Byrn was preparing for it, it would also
In the moment she pulled out her axes, that could have been a kickoff. So,
bingo. And
all right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
and also it's something that's not done with touch or with it's a ranged thing.
Mm.
And it's verbal and somatic, so if Byron was whispering under his breath, she's not going to notice because she's in the moment. And she doesn't know magic enough to know what calm emotions looks like somatically. So,
Yep. Nope.
she's not going to be necessarily aware of it. Plus, it says, because I know the nature of Byron, it says each humanoid in a 20-foot radius of your choice. I imagine he's not going to just hit Riven with it.
The basic idea was Riven and Locke and accidentally the guard as well.
You know there's multiple guards watching us, right?
Accidentally the guards as well. Excuse me.
If we were in a 20-foot radius sphere for that to happen, but yeah.
Yeah, the guards.
Well, there was like
I mean,
the two that
20-foot
was already-
radius. 20-foot radius is in each direction, so that's 40 foot across.
Yeah, it's still pretty big, so it should get pretty much almost.
And if
everyone.
they don't trust Evil Lady, no offense. If they don't trust Evil Lady, pretty sure they're not going to be more than 20 feet away from you.
I mean, you're
Yeah, I
And
think
for
there
her
was,
to
like,
come to
two-
blows with
two
you,
following her.
and for her to be ready to come to blows to you, I guarantee there is not more than 20 feet between you and her. So if you're within 20 feet of her and she's within 20 feet of them, you're all within 40 feet.
What are the guards doing? Because they've been sitting here listening to this argument.
They're like, they are the chosen ones. No, wait. They are the chosen ones. No, wait.
I, it's
We look over the popcorn.
It's important to know. I was actually aware of that.
Okay. So
Because
I'm sitting there going like, I don't know if the guards would be like allowing this to go on for so long.
here is
I feel like the whole idea is that they were letting this stand in as a trial.
that's part of it at this point. And at the same time, one of Helm's tenets is elements of loyalty and honor. And one of the trials is an honorable one-on-one duel. I flavored it as they were seeing it as a potential trial, depending on how it went. And it was a honorable trial. A verbal duel between Riven and Locke.
Or more precisely, between Riven, or between Locke and the Axes and Riven.
Yes.
Because they are absolutely a silent third party in this that are just
Yes.
doing their evil shit.
Now, that said, I also informed Riven via the dude that was the ghost that this particular temple has some people in it that are less than honorable. You'll notice a die or two that got rolled during y'all's discussion. I was testing it to see if anyone was nearby, and they weren't.
Alright.
They were or they were not?
They weren't. They were not.
Okay. Okay.
Aw.
It's charisma saving throw for everyone within the radius thing.
10.
15.
Riven, you have advantage.
Oh. 13.
She can also choose to fail.
I mean,
You want to
you're
fail, Riven?
No.
One guard succeeds. One. One of three. That's close enough.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So yeah.
calm
A
emotion
guard.
goes off. One guard succeeded. Let's see. Blah 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 blah.
Does that have any effect on the Axes?
No.
Oh. Actually.
Or do they have to roll?
Hold on. I gotta pull up the docs because I thought we did
We
something.
probably would have to roll.
I mean, they do have stats.
Yeah, they do have stats.
Hearing, dark vision, speak, understand common and common vision, blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Hey!
Welcome
Sure.
back.
Okay, so... Did we give them enough stats?
I mean, we gave them 3 different stats to use, primarily. But the thing is, they're so far.
Oh, we don't even have to worry about it. Calm emotions. Each humanoid.
Oh, right. Forgot.
Oh.
They're right. So they don't have to.
But the axes got their flavor.
We're in a standoff.
But the
Just staring at each
axes-
other.
The axes gave a flavor of giving Riven advantage on the save. Which she still failed. So,
Not very charismatic.
what's going to happen here?
All friends again.
Well, you...
The other guard starts calling for more guards, and that one guard shows up. I'd be like, alright, this is enough. You need to go away.
I see you guys like escalating and then percolating and then sort of receding and then escalating way more and then maybe no escalating even. Okay, no. Stop. Think.
Alright.
On
Yeah, feel, think.
Yes, that. I
Meditate.
I feel like since I was treating this as an honorable duel, and that honorable nature of the duel got waylaid when Byrn became a part of it.
Granted, in character, we would not know this.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I'm saying this to rationalize Helm's reactions, or the Temple's reactions.
They would be fed up and be like, that is enough. You need to
Yeah.
be dealt with. You need to go away.
Yeah. Which would be...
I hear the sounds of chains.
I know I don't have a map for it, but it's fine. Boop.
Oh no, combat. Why
Initiative order?
combat?
Initiative order. Actually, I do have a map. It's just kind of dumb looking.
I mean, everyone is calm. Everyone is calm. It's just standing there, and it's just this one guard. What's the one guard going to do?
So, well, Hollis.
I would assume I'm right there.
Hollis will be closer to you. What am I doing? Be like,
Where am I at?
here.
Oh.
You're also not
We're in the
centered.
bottom level.
There we go. Okay. Byrn's also not centered. Yeah. So, Locke is, need one of these. He doesn't look like he's in heavy armor, but it's fine.
Like 2 guards around. Oh, okay. Copy base.
Pretty much. Something like this. And
Had to boop her.
I was trying to be funny, and then it escalated.
Yeah, she thought she was being funny by just like, punching you. I didn't say where she was punching you.
I assumed the
Face.
fate.
So I'm the peacekeeper. I have to roll initiative as well.
probably.
Fine.
Um,
I'm not going to do well, and I'm not going to do bad on purpose.
So let's do these. Oh hey.
Oh, jeez.
20, a 10, and a 1. Perfect spread.
Yeah.
Alright.
If Bonnie tries to grapple, puts chains on Riven. Riven tries to break the chains.
Why did it? I want that. There we go. Now then. Alright. So. And. Well, conveniently, the one that failed his the one that succeeded his initiative, his check, was the first one on the list, which would be 11, which is after you.
Oh.
So this 21 is calmer than his buddy, and he is going to, the one that's aggressive, or the one that's not calm, is, alright, enough of this. That incites the initiative roll. But he's slower than you. The other one's not. So he's like, it's a situation of, like, who fired the gun first, and I assume Riven, while being calmer, is still, like, when one guard gets his sword out, she goes all aggressive.
She's like calm and stuff, and she's just like, yeah, she's angry, but she's like staring down Locke at this point of when this spell cast. So that's what her turn be is, just like.
Okay. So, guard that is not as calm. Enough. Enough of this. We need to get this settled. He's trying to stare you down, Riven. Keyword on trying. you're pretty much focused on Locke right now. We need to get this settled, and the way that this is going to go down is you are going to either leave the temple or let us put you in binds for now. You're obviously not yourself, and we can fix that.
I am my fucking self. And there is no way in hell you'll be able to get me in binds. Tin Man.
Alright. Byrn, you want to do anything specific with your turn?
How in the world did it jump down 50% so fast? Not complaining, just
Two of them were calmed, and so they didn't do anything.
Well,
neat.
It's also the 11 was the one that was talking to her, and his buddies are calmer, and he's going to spend his turn making a very strange, loud sound. It's kind of like a whistle.
Who's whistling?
Guard down here.
Guard 11. Okay. And they said out loud that she can either leave or be
Bound.
shackled.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have stuff I could do, and I don't know if I want Riven to be my enemy for all eternity.
The thing is, she kind of doesn't know you.
See, that's playing into my
think when she-
favor, because if you...
Yeah,
if
but
you
I think it's
decide-
like when she gets her memories back, she'll be like, "Oh, I remember you. What the fuck?"
The good news is, I guess, as long as you are forgetful, you swear your vengeance to destroy me. Hi, guys. And I'm somewhat different. I don't really want to fight the guard. I could make Riven super Riven, but I don't think a half-orc pinball is appropriate.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, at this point, from Locke's perspective, it's currently everyone else versus the axes that are basically possessing Riven. So, if that helps inform your decision making, like I feel like right now, technically, from a token perspective, Riven's the enemy here.
Right.
So,
Oh yeah, she's got a red border. Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, don't kill, but disable, hinder, debuff, remove weaponry.
I mean, I'm all about buffs and debuffs. That's like kind of my thing. Let me
Bring me
think.
down to 0. I dare you.
That's not ominous at all.
I mean,
No, I
to
come
be-
back with 1 hit point.
once.
All right, half orc.
Yeah, what? And then
Admit-
you hit me again, I'm
admittedly,
back down to 0.
admittedly, Byrn has the most HP of the party right now without Bjorn.
What? Really?
He's
Yeah,
got
maybe.
He's got the better HP rolls.
And that's because Riven is quote unquote not party being against
No.
us?
No. Riven has less health than you do. Not by much, but she does.
Yeah, I only have 95 hit points. Total.
Ow. Okay. Alright, sorry, let me be a little more decisive. So with all of that backstory and such, why does it say creature? Never mind.
I mean, the axes have a stat block. I think they count as a creature at this point.
No, they're still considered an object. It's just a
yeah.
There's a word for it. And I can't remember what it is.
Sentient.
Yes, that's it.
If a spell or ability
Well-
says something about having intelligence but not being alive or being a creature, technically that would work. But not very many things do that.
Let's see. This is this save. So let's set this up. I think this was the spell. This is the. I think this is the. That's way too much to read. I think this is it.
Still curse.
She's already got a curse, bruh.
Dude,
There's room for more.
awesome.
So she has to make a wisdom save, or she will suffer a curse. So wisdom save DC 16 from Riven.
22, bitch.
Right. Done.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, there's a reason that I led off with that one.
Hollis is a confused puppy.
Yeah, he doesn't know what's going on. Next.
He's like, ruh-roh, Rorge.
All right, so my emotions are calmed, but even with that, would I be able to recognize that things are going,
Oh yeah,
potentially very bad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
not
with
a
that in
charm
mind-
effect or anything.
Right, so in that case, Locke will... would I technically count as engaged with Riven right now? Because she hasn't attacked yet.
You're within her melee range and she started to attack you. Technically.
Yeah, but then he was
But
calmed.
then calm emotion,
Yeah.
and she failed.
So probably not.
Then in that...
The only worst that probably would happen is she would try to grapple you, not actually swing her axe at you. So
Either
no
way.
actual pain inflicted.
Well, either way, Locke is going to, assuming he's not currently technically engaged, will withdraw 30 feet, to sort of back up, and he will keep his eyes on those axes, and he will hold a spell. Using a warlock spell slot, he will hold Dissonant Whispers, while saying to the axes, "I told you, let her go. I won't ask you again." And if I see any signs of hostility from Riven, like she attacks anyone nearby, then that is my cue to set off the spell and let loose the Dissonant Whispers. And that'll be my
Actually,
turn.
I think at this point she's actually looking at Byrn that touched her. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Just like, hey, dude.
Like, it's more like, you better back up, dude.
Yeah. But either way, if Locke sees Riven swing those axes at anyone, the Dissonant Whispers will go off.
The other guards. Yeah. So other guards do their thing.
How long
Top-
does calm emotions last?
Calm emotions last up to a minute,
Concentration.
Okay.
but concentration. Also,
Bestow Curse is
Actually,
concentration up to
yeah,
1
so
minute.
that calm emotion drops.
Now, if you were mad for magical reasons and it still had duration, that snaps back. But you were neither charmed nor feared.
well, that's the thing. It's not so much anything to do with that. It's the fact that you can only have one spell going of concentration at a time.
Right.
So-
So you can try to bestow a curse on me again, I think. Or no.
You can, but the thing is, as soon as your bestow curse actually triggers and works, to keep it on
Calm
her,
will.
calm
yeah.
wind.
Yep.
Okay.
So anyway, top of the initiative order. Boop. This guard is still trying to get a watchful eye on what's going on. He sees that everything is calm now. He sees Locke back
A
up.
D6?
Don't worry about that. He sees that Locke
Okay.
is backing up, and Riven, you have your turn. Oh,
Okay.
I don't have Oak in the turn order. Whoopsie.
Yeah, you best get him in.
He's just kind of been.
He
He's just
he
kind
might
of-
be crucial. Because, you know.
I think you caused non-magical mental paralysis when you told him, like, to back off or whatever.
Yeah, probably.
Because he complied.
I mean, to be fair, he was also part of the original trio, so maybe he's just feeling
Well,
hesitation.
he
and
goes before
confusion
me,
involving-
so.
I
I would say let him have his turn.
Actually, he's a target. Hold on.
We just totally forgot Oak was here.
Yeah, I did. Sorry, Oak.
Big no.
Target.
Calm emotions. He's fine.
I don't think his emotions were terrible. Well, actually, it could have ended the fear caused by Riven being intimidating.
Yes.
Never mind.
Anyway,
She didn't roll intimidate. She just say back off. You're not included in this conversation. Go away.
He chose to fail your non-existent roll. Anyway, go ahead.
yeah. So Oak
No, he decided to give
Is-
us space to try to talk it out.
is going to is what Locke has said. What Locke has said has been out loud. I'm assuming.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Like, initially when he was pointing out that he knew where the sword was, that it was in one of the cases, that bit was awake in mind, but pretty much everything after she tried to clock him was out loud.
All right. So Locke is.
Or no, because we were standing there having a very angry staring contest.
Yes. So Oak is going to set up and also prepare a spell. That is also going to go off if Riven goes hostile. Let's make sure he has it. I cannot remember. Well.
Dolphin.
Ish.
Ha.
Narwhal.
Shark.
Okay, yep. He's
Otter.
going to. He's going to prepare.
Are there oceans water otters?
He's going to prepare and try to cast a spell in an effort to potentially incapacitate Riven so that the guards can grab her. Because
Then do it.
he's
Because he doesn't know what this is gonna go.
actually yeah. Bob,
Bah.
does this take no, it's not touch. Tasha's hideous laughter. Go. Wisdom save DC 17.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
Actually, it will be
Roll
lower because it's his charisma, not his wisdom. Hold on. It doesn't matter. You failed anyway.
Does hearing infinite laughter make Riven mad?
Either Riven is hearing infinite laughter, or Riven is laughing.
Could you read it?
All
Yes,
the voices
I
that
am-
Riven said command her while laughing.
It is funny.
I can't
This
help
is
that.
this whole situation is funny to her. She is laughing.
Mm-hmm.
So right now she looks like she's
Kill
fun
them
and
all.
Remember when I used this spell on Riven to run away?
Yes.
That was a lot happier.
Yeah.
Alright, so. Riven is currently laughing and is incapacitated.
Yeah, she is prone.
For a duration of up to 1 minute. Oh. Oak had to break out his,
Loot.
it's not a loot. He has a, started with a D.
Dolphin.
Yeah, that.
Oh, jeez.
Didgeridoo.
okay.
It's a dolphin.
Didgeridoo. Aw.
It's more like a xylophone.
Yeah.
He starts playing like something from Mario. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do, and she just busts out laughing.
No, right now she's just rolling on the ground, just like she's like. Well, actually, yeah, she's just like laughing like she's insane now.
Aww, evil makes her giggle. Wait.
Okay, so
Yep. So she is laughing.
All right, next guard.
And the guards.
Oh wait, at the end of my turn.
Target has advantage on the saving throw if it's triggered by
By
okay,
Dan. At the end of her
end
turn, and if
I
she
get
takes
to roll.
damage, she does it again.
Yeah. So you get to roll to get yourself out of it.
Oh, she's rolling.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, next.
So guard here, number 11 guard, is going to.
Oh yeah, she's really saying she needs to go and get locked up.
Pretty much, yes. He will break out his shackles. Bop.
And I can't do anything against it.
You cannot because you are incapacitated.
Okay.
And he is going to bind your hands while you're incapacitated. Byrn, what are you doing, if anything?
She's successfully been captured.
well, sure, her hands
For
are
the
bound.
most part,
It doesn't
yeah.
necessarily mean much if she breaks out of the Tasha's.
Okay, well, then thing. Bestow curse.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
14.
Ah.
I failed.
She
What
has
do you-
disadvantage on wisdom saves.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Hollis is confused puppy. Locke.
Yeah, next.
All right. So Riven's hands are now bound. Is she still holding the axes, or are they on the ground?
Was Riven wielding both her axes at the point when all this mess started? You said she
Yes.
pulled one. Did she pull both? Right?
Yeah, she pulled one, so I guess it would be one, because if we actually got into full combat, she would have gotten her other one out and just, like, gone chop,
Right.
chop, chop.
So,
Right.
so currently,
There's
because
one on the ground.
one is on the ground.
So the one on the ground.
Okay,
What is
Oh
that?
no.
don't worry about that.
Okay. Well, either way.
How many guards are going to roll up on us?
7.
Either way, I am going to affix the axe that is on the ground with just the most hateful glare I can manage, and just see, you'll take nothing more from her. And with Dungeon Master approval, I'd like to let the Dissonant Whispers I had charged hit it anyway. Just like out of spite.
Does Dissonant Whispers say it has to target a creature?
It just has a target.
Oh. Can you proc Dissonant Whispers for me? Just so that I can read through it then.
Sure.
Ooh,
The
okay, okay.
The target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction to move as far as its speed allows away from me. The creature doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground. On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage and doesn't have to move. A deafened creature automatically succeeds. And at higher levels, which automatically happens here because Warlock, the damage increases by 1d6 for each slot level above first.
I feel like creature is implied for target, based on the other two mentions of creature.
What do you rule, DM?
I'm gonna let you do it. However,
Okay.
The axe goes flying through the air as far away from Locke as it can.
And then it comes boomeranging you back.
I will say.
I should have cursed Riven's weapons.
I will say that does the. I guess the axes wouldn't have proficiency in wisdom. No. I'm gonna say they have quote unquote proficiency in the skills that we gave them because that seems reasonable.
Yeah.
So in light of that, they will get a +6 because their wisdom score is 12.
Okay.
The 1d20 plus 6. Boop. No.
Yes! Alright, so that is just gonna be let's see here. That is 3d6 plus an additional d6 for each spell level above first. So, so that is 7d6.
Ah.
I'm sorry, what?
You cast
What
that at
level
higher-
did you cast this at?
Oh, he's casting it at 5 because he's Warlock.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why, is this gonna be bad?
Don't worry about
Oh.
it. Roll it.
Just roll damage.
26.
Cool. Take 26 damage, Riven.
Awesome. The axes are tied to me.
Also, significant important note that Locke wouldn't know, but is a mechanical thing. Axes don't have HP.
I mean, the reason I went with Dissonant Whispers is because, the axes are clearly intelligent, and that implies there's a consciousness in there, and I wanted to just make that consciousness feel discomfort.
Oh, it does. It does.
I mean,
but you also
sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Okay.
We've been making copies in the background, and they're all going to surround us.
Alrighty. So
Oh, wait, I took damage.
you did. Roll the
You're also
wisdom
not
save.
under calm emotion anymore because you're cursed.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, but hideous laughter.
Mm-hmm. Roll for.
Did I say tedious?
You did.
Hideous laughter.
Okay, I'm just
You're
gonna call
laughing
that.
so hard that you're bouncing.
Ah,
Are Riven's
It-
axes considered great axes or battle axes or what?
Battle axes.
So I found a thing, and it says that battle axes have 18 HP.
these are
Wait.
magical.
It doesn't help us now. These are magical. Also,
Fine.
I would wager that intelligent I would wager that magic axes, even intelligent ones, would not take psychic damage because psychic damage isn't. But it,
Weapons are immune to ... including psychic damage.
yeah, that.
I was
Alright.
rolling a psychic damage because that was the only type of damage that made any sense for trying to attack the intelligence of the axes directly.
They successfully
You're,
don't.
you're
like-
not gonna sit there and kill souls. They're already dead.
It's fine. We're good. It makes sense for Locke to do in context, so we're fine.
Yeah.
Of course.
But it's just like the axes are actually connected to her, so like any damage to them is like damage to her remotely.
Riven. Roll your wisdom
I-
save at disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage? Okay, that would be
Because
an 8 then.
Because bestow curse.
Yep. All wisdom
So
saves.
it will be a straight roll.
Um.
Because she gets advantage when she takes damage.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Okay, do you want me to roll it again? Or do you
No, no.
want to go...
I'll take the 10. That's fine.
Okay. She still fails it anyway, so...
So she is laughing. The guard that is next to her and has shackled her, and the guards that are coming around her currently, are going to be focusing on. She's incapacitated, can't do anything about it. Other axe, ground next to the first one. Oak, for his turn, going to go over here to Locke. And
So the calm emotions thing is broken at this point, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, then in that case, as you're coming over, Locke looks equal parts like furious and very, very distraught.
reasonable. What's the game here, Locke?
I don't know. How do you disenchant a cursed axe? Or break a link? What?
We might be able to remove curse. That's going to require us to get the axes away from her, and make sure she doesn't have them. And I don't
She's
know how
bound right
easily-
now, so
Yeah, right. Free action to talk. Locke. Action for his turn. Rest of his movement, he's going to go over here. He's going to grab an axe. So Oak is currently
From
got
the
it.
ground.
Mm-hmm. Where the warrior paladin threw it was like right there,
Where's the other one?
next
they're like
to
right
this-
next to each other.
next to it.
So they're both right there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I will just. I wanted that to be a straight line, but whatever.
That works.
Yeah, fair.
Riven, your turn.
And then both acts as separate lines.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
So you can't do anything for your turn, but on the end of your turn, you can roll Wisdom save to break Tasha's hideous laughter. And bestow curse.
Disadvantage. Yep.
I'm going to flavor which happened first, bestow curse or laughter? Bestow curse actually worked first, right?
No, it was laughter that worked first.
Yeah,
The
he
first
tried
time
to
he-
bestow
First,
curse,
and
and
then
it
I
worked.
added the curse.
Then Oak did laughter, and then Byrn did curse again, and then it worked.
So
Yes.
order of operations. Laughter was on her first. She's going to do wisdom save at disadvantage for laughter because of curse, and then she can do wisdom save straight to break the disadvantage from bestow curse.
Yeah.
Or never mind. You're right. Sorry, I said that wrong. You're good. Well, you're not good. You're still stuck.
No, it's at yeah, it's just still at disadvantage.
Yeah, it's still stuck. You're still stuck. Hey, you're like
I
Kenneth
don't
in that
see-
one comic.
Yeah, I don't think anything can remove this curse. Unless the concentration is on?
Yeah, you're. But bestow curse, I think, has a wisdom save to stop, just like.
It does not.
Oh, it doesn't.
Nope,
Never mind.
it just persists for the duration.
Yeah, if you look, it's like you could do this, you could do this,
Oh,
you could
yeah,
do
wait.
this. Mine is you get disadvantage on checks
Oh, yeah.
and
So
saves.
the only way
with
to get
a-
rid of this now is to get remove curse. Or yeah.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
a curse. His curses aren't curses that stick. As soon as he stops concentration, they go away.
Right.
Unless he casts it at 9th level, but we don't have that.
It says a remove curse spell ends this effect.
But it also has a duration.
Yes.
So either remove
if
curse or
someone
fade it out.
so if someone removes curse, that's gonna break.
But
Right. If they remove specifically this curse, it would break it. Or if I lose concentration, that breaks it. Or
Yeah,
in
no,
10 more
as-
rounds.
And of course, as a reminder, when you use remove curse, you pick which curse you're removing,
Correct.
if there's options. Like before, at the docks.
So, Riven, you failed your saves, and the guards are continuing to spend their turns making sure that you are bound with now ropes and things. You don't have your sword. They're getting rid of your other weapons just in case, and or you don't have your axes, and they're getting rid of your other weapons just in case. And I also feel like Hollis isn't gonna like this.
Yeah, no. He started to get upset that everyone's ganging on her.
So, Byron, your turn.
So she's on the ground laughing, looking a little angrier than before, but she's still on the ground laughing.
she looks furious.
Anger laughter.
Honestly, that's a terrifying facial expression to imagine.
It's a really hearty laugh through the teeth, just like grinding teeth, and just like the minute I get out of here, you're dead.
So guard 11, right here to my left, he's the one that actually shackled her. He was the one that was not like super offensive, right?
Yeah.
He started it. He started the shackling at least.
So I'm going to look over at him and just sort of nod to him. Hopefully he can see that as I take like a 5-foot step back?
Oh yeah, she's incapacitated. She can't attack you.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
And then I do this.
What
I
the-
mean, okay, bit overkill, but sure.
Hey, the curse goes away.
Yeah.
Only if you're successfully held. The laughter doesn't end though.
Yeah, that was from a different caster. Honestly, I feel like it might be better to hold that until the laughter ends.
I don't know, she could shake it off any moment. She's mad.
That's the idea. That's what he's saying. You're using whole person as a readied action when and if laughter drops.
Yes, but I'm talking about your bestow curse.
This is true. The Stow Curse would go away if you was to do that.
So
with
if I fail this whole person, this takes over. I don't get the curse anymore.
Right.
This is correct, but then you would still have quote unquote disadvantage because you'd have to succeed both of these to try and get up again.
Oh, it'd just be back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would. That's fine. So,
Yeah, I would recommend having that be a hold action in case she breaks out of the laughter. It just gives us a bit more duration and a bit more, I don't know.
I mean, I nodded to the
Well,
guy, I
yeah,
got out of his way. Looks
mean,
like the
are you
cavalry's
doing
coming down.
I don't know. I just feel like getting rid of the disadvantage that the curse enforces might be a bad idea for our continued physical health.
She would have to succeed 2 times
well,
to get up.
I mean, she's going
Well,
to have.
no, it's like I have to fail this whole person in order to get the bestow curse off of me. Then
Right.
I can either break out of hideous laughter and still fail yours, or I can fail hideous laughter and succeed on yours. But I'll still be incapacitated.
Right.
Ultimately,
Basically, my point of view is
Or I
it's
could succeed on both.
it's sort of a I don't know.
it's fine. Ultimately, I think she's caught.
Her weapons have been taken away, and thematically it makes sense. She's laying on the ground giggling in anger and is also magically restrained on top of that.
So
The
are you-
bestow curse was to make sure that hold person succeeded, because her insert snarky comment for nat 20 roll could have been my hold person try 1, and then I only have 1 try left. So bestow curse, and yeah, your help. That was the thought.
So, are you casting hold person?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I fail it. This
Okay.
curse is gone.
You are successfully held. Curse goes away, but you are successfully held and laughing.
Technically, she's not laughing because whole person says she's paralyzed. So her eyes are angry and
She's
laughing, but she's not moving.
She's laughing on the inside.
It's like spastic convulsions that have nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. It's just like
They bring out a holy book and symbol. It's like,
It's just like she's just shaking there, just like face faintly trembling.
they start sprinkling her with holy water.
ugh.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw them coming.
Yeah, I did too.
I didn't.
All you saw was fun.
All right. So I think.
Next. Hollis.
Uh-huh.
Hollis gets a bit growly
Mm-hmm.
and snippy. But I don't think he will actually do anything yet.
Okay.
So she's like kind of stopped moving.
My turn?
Yep. Would be.
Alright, seeing that Hollis is getting growly and snippy and recognizing that he is not really the best person to deal with the axes themselves, as I have literally no recourse for those, this Locke's gonna stand there for a second, sort of clenching his fists, relaxing them, clenching them again, trying to figure out a way to be useful. Notice Hollis, I'm going to use my movement to get as close to Hollis as I can, and like try to get his attention and like just try to calm him down if I can. Hey, easy boy, easy. Mama's fine. She's okay. Easy.
She's not flying, but anyway.
The point is, I'm trying to calm.
Handle.
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 All right.
You do that arrow movement. That was cool.
When I'm moving my token, I press and hold right click. I right click as I'm moving around, and it measures how far I'm going. It's very useful, especially in games that don't come with a like that. Especially for games that don't come with a grid like FFD6. But anyway, so animal handling. Oh boy, I'm not good at that, but I rolled well. 19.
Okay, he's kind of whining to you and just like it's like very confused.
But just like trusting one of 3 original parents.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like, what's going on?
And Riven can hear
like
it.
it,
She's
like my
currently-
like my intention was to go over and start petting Hollis, but I couldn't move that far and still do that. So, man, that'll be my turn. There's nothing else Locke can do right now that would actually be useful. Like, I assume Locke noticed that blasting the axe has hurt Riven, and he doesn't want to hurt her, so he's not doing that again.
Alright, so I believe at this point then, Riven's gonna get bound up enough to, over the course of a couple of rounds...
Very difficult for her to escape.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So...
But
I'm
I
going-
still got it. I want to see if I make.
Yeah, you can. I'm going to say...
I made a 16 for the hideous laughter.
Yeah, you did. That would break hideous laughter.
Ah, the next one. And I'm no longer held.
But you're still bound. And those things happen on the end of
I
your
know,
turn.
but this time I could. Yeah, but this time I can start cursing at you all.
Yes, you can. You're just still grappled and can't get up and can't move. Because you're still bound.
Yes. Okay.
So, seeing that that is going off, and you are going to start cursing and whatever else, you're going to be tormented in your head to try to get the axes back. Although technically
Okay, who's holding both the axes?
Oak is
Alright.
playing
Oak-
drums on the ground.
Oak is holding one of them. I don't think he picked up the other one yet.
he would have during his other
I mean-
turn.
Okay, then she's just like staring at him.
So, Oak's turn would technically come around in amongst all of this mess. Do you have it? I don't think you do, Oak, technically, because you're not high enough level in, Cleric, because you've got too many levels of Bard and shenanigans happening. What level is Greater Restoration?
5.
5. He does have spell slots for 5. I realize now that the reason I've never used Greater Restoration on him is because I didn't fill out more of his character sheet like a dumbass.
You said it, not me.
Yeah. So he would have it. So he is going to, if you would be so kind, Byrn, is to do the proc for Greater Restoration. It's just his DC, if there is one involved, would be lower. Or different, rather. Oh, it's the same.
I thought your DC was 18.
My spell save DC is, for wisdom, for cleric things, is 17. So,
You will need to come touch me.
well, would it be, because he's going to try
A
to,
creature.
You imbue a creature you touch.
with positive
So he would have to.
You can reduce the target's exhaustion by 1 and blah. Ah,
He would have to touch me
yes, so he's coming over here. You are bound.
with the axes.
Yes, he's holding them.
She's like,
I
perfect.
headbutted.
Grab.
I headbutt his shit.
I mean, you could.
She prepared
It's
through
not
all the
gonna
laughter.
happen.
You're
She
pretty
has
well.
abs of steel now.
She's pretty well bound. You could technically try to do it, but you'd have to. Well, I think you're probably grappled.
No, she's. Yeah, if she's bound, she can't attack. She would have to attempt to break the bounds first.
So
So,
imbue, blah 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 blah, and it is going to be.
we decided it's a roll.
Does the axes roll or do you?
Oak rolls.
Um,
I thought
Oh,
that I thought that.
right. He has to get through their thing first. So
If he makes it through, then
and
the curse, you know.
Are we still technically in a turn order right now?
No, not technically.
I mean, he's technically Oak goes before me, so
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. So what is it that we said he has to roll? Do you remember?
do I make a note of it?
I don't see it on the page for the actual axes. It's not on the other one either. It's in this upper part that I'm not reading.
I found it. Yeah.
I would probably say wisdom because that would be the.
All I know is like is the DC that we decided for it.
Okay, so I'm gonna say wisdom save at that DC. Well,
What?
that's almost a nat 20.
Oh, okay. Well, it gets through, I would say.
Yep. And now, is it the axes or would it be Riven that would roll the wisdom save for the actual greater restoration?
It says one. Oh no, there is no rolling for it. It just happens for greater restoration. It said one curse, including the target's attunement to a cursed magic item.
Yep.
So it's just the attunement's gone.
To both or to one?
Wait,
Did
we decide they were both?
How many attunements things does Riven have?
I'm looking right now. I know she has her cloak.
I think she has her helmet or her.
She doesn't have a helmet. She just has a cloak.
Okay.
How many
Attuned.
slots do you have?
And I know we get 3 attunement slots each. I know on the document we sat there and stated if you're attuned to one of the axes, you have to hunt the other one down. Yes. So they're both separate attunements. So one axe is gone.
Yeah, but we don't know that. So,
Yeah.
Oak has removed the attunement of one of the axes currently.
So is Riven back to normal?
Nope.
Hmm.
Riven, what are you doing? What trying?
I'm gonna try to escape.
Massive strength check thing. Go.
Actually, bonus rage.
Oh, good.
It would be athletics, not strength, by the by.
Athletics is strength, so I still get advanced on.
Oh yeah, I know. I was just rephrasing when I said strength check earlier.
27. How tightly bound am I? Since you have so many people here.
That's almost a crit.
I know.
So with the Herculean strength.
Here. Is it rope they're binding me with, or is it shackles?
And there's shackles and rope. I figured was that the whole
Yes,
thing was like a
shackles
two-
to your hands to keep your hands from doing things, and then tying up your feet with rope.
Oh, then I would say I flavor it depending on how. So you haven't decided whether or not she gets through, but the metals on the shackles start to creak.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm sure. I think Riven will probably break the shackle. Because
I
like
think that would be her turn, though.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Yeah, 'cause bonus action and then.
And they're more forcefully trying to get you to leave or to stop.
Who
Riven,
knows? I might get thrown in jail. What?
wisdom save.
No.
Yes.
Normal.
Yes.
Advantage. Disadvantage. Okay.
Normal.
21. I made it.
Wisdom save.
Oh Jesus.
Are there like a bunch of spells going off?
Yep.
9.
Cold person again.
Ah shit.
Cleric's high.
Yeah, there's a bunch of clerics.
Okay, you're. I think you're going to jail, Riven.
Yeah, that's fine. Take me away.
She'll go spitting the whole way.
I attempted to break free, and I have failed.
By the by, Riven
What?
takes 7 psychic damage.
Oh, 7? Oh, Jesus. Oh, right. I totally forgot about that.
Yep.
Is the actor being angry or something?
Yep.
No. Well, kind of.
Kind of.
She's only attuned to 1.
Currently.
And if you're only attuned to one, then you start getting hurt or something?
Yeah, if you take too long of trying to go and find the other one.
Oh boy. And I imagine
Like-
the actors are probably accelerating that timetable because it recognizes the gig is up.
Well, yeah, that, and also the acts can see each other, so they're like, yeah, you could get it now, or else you're done.
Mm-hmm. All
Of
right.
course, attuning is a long process, so... Like, what, an hour?
Yeah, it's an hour. But the greater restoration on remove curse elements of breaking a curse's connection breaks said attunement. So, yeah, Riven, you're in jail now.
Yeah, it'll take like a couple hours to be like unattuned to the other one, since they took that one away too.
It after an hour of not being around it and not being near it, you're gonna, so...
Am I still like in hold person while I'm like in jail?
Once you're actually thrown in jail and removed of all your potential gear, like all of it, whole persons will probably drop. But
Yeah, she just like goes wild against the cage. Or
by the
bars,
time
whatever.
whole person drops, because accelerated, you're gonna probably take a crap ton of damage.
Alright. Let's see.
Let's see. So, like, what would you say would be the good duration? Like a minute? Every minute damage, or from being away from it?
Yeah. That's fine.
So it's 2d6 every minute. Let's do this first.
Wait, how many dice would it be?
It's 2d6 per minute.
And it takes an hour to unattune from the other one?
And it takes an hour to unattune from the other one.
I would say do every 5 minutes.
So...
Unless you want to be that kind of DM. Which
So
I'm all for.
So 10d6 for 5 minutes, and we see if you die, see if you get knocked out?
No, because the max would be 60 damage. And I'm at 62.
Well, what I'm saying is, we do 10d6 of damage for 5 minutes for an hour, which would then be a lot more.
Wait, what? No, I was saying it's like total. Because if you do 2d6 for 60 minutes, that's 120 d6.
That's not survivable.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I don't care
And I
how
was
good
saying-
you're,
I was
how
saying,
good of a
like-
healer you have. That's not gonna.
I
you're
was
not
saying
gonna go through that.
2d6 every 5 minutes of that hour would be a
Which-
max of 60.
So 60d6.
Wait. No.
5.
No, my math is wrong. My math is wrong.
Every 5 minutes for an hour is
12.
12. So 12d6.
No, there's 12 5 minutes in an hour. So 12 times 2d6
It's 24d6.
is 24 d6. So it's your choice, Dan. Do you want it every 5 or do you want it every minute?
Bye.
Okay, yeah, she's
I
out.
I would assume that there would be healing involved at some point in this, because clearly someone would notice, like, if she's in a cell, having been dragged down, that that her health is withering, and you don't want your prisoners dying
Well, it's
in
all
your cells.
psychic damage.
It's psychic damage, for one. So once she's incapacitated and unconscious, it's not going to hurt her anymore. It's not going to kill her, it's just going to knock her out.
Oh, that's the thing. It brought me down to 0. I'm back at 1 hit point.
And then you're dead.
And then you're back down again.
Why would I be dead again?
Well, I guess technically you would have to take an extra d6
Wait,
after.
no. Hold on.
I think we're making this more complicated than it needs to be.
Yeah, a little bit. It's fine. You're unconscious.
Well, either way, if it's done every 5 minutes, yeah. It's like she goes down to 0, she's back up, and then she's back down.
And then it's over.
Yeah, she's out.
she's
she's
not
at
gonna
0.
She's not going to get killed by it, And even if she does start to take lethal damage, that's when they're going to notice. But they're not going to heal her. Spare the dying. To make sure she's still unconscious, but not dying.
Alright. So while all of that craziness is happening, what happens topside as she gets hauled away? Because I assume there's an aftermath.
Yes. I want to
Question, how close was she to full possession? How many points was she? How many points did she have?
She currently had, in my thingy thing, she was currently sitting on 23.
Okay.
Yes, I know. You're not at full. You're not at full. You're fine.
Okay.
So following all of that chaos, like
Yes.
I'm assuming just as Riven's getting hauled away, Locke is just going to go over to Hollis and just hug the dog. Because that
Yes.
was a lot, and he's just going to start sobbing into the dog's fur. He is not okay.
So, Sam,
Yes.
would you, as a person, see this as something that Helm would see as a trial? Going that far to save a friend, dealing with something and someone like that. Here's your sword. Or do you think they would do the trial still? Or do you think I should roll for it? I don't know.
I mean, Helm's whole thing is he's supposed to be the protector, right? If I'm understanding my typical D&D cosmology.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then just offering my 2 cents, feel free to do with this as you wish, but just offering my 2 cents, and obviously biased in my favor as a player, but just offering my 2 cents, I feel like...
It does feels like it was a trial done.
It's like I feel like it would resonate as like taking the like recognizing that silence and hesitation was hurting more than taking action. Because it's kind of like to use perhaps a very topical potentially example, like in the modern real world, like if you have like a good friend who's like starting like whom you see like the risk of them getting into like really dangerous like narcotics, like addictive things that could break down their systems, like meth, for example. If you have an opportunity to dissuade them, even if it greatly upsets them, you should, because upsetting them is a lot better than being silent and letting them destroy. I kind of view it in a similar light to that.
Yeah. So,
That's just my 2 cents. You guys do what you do.
the thing is, Helm is lawful neutral. He's not technically good.
So there are some people that associate them that are lawful good.
This is true. You know what? Riven
This
roll
is
a
gonna. There's gonna. Honestly, I think some interactions after this needs to happen. Where
Oh yeah, of
it's
course.
like RP, and then
Yeah.
it will be decided later.
Yeah. I think what I'm going to do, just for the sake of giving everything a chance to breathe, and because that insanity took way too long, this session is going to end with this, and we're going to see where it goes next time. I think makes the most sense.
All right.
That way,
So-
everybody
Oh,
gets
no
a
one
chance.
wants to come talk to Riven's dead body.
You're not dead. You're unconscious.
I'm not making death saving throws, but I'm still at 0 hit points. I think.
Yes, that's
Either,
precisely it.
either way.
Yeah,
Hey.
we'll figure it out.
Right,
This is
that
not the
opens up
direction-
some.
This is not the direction I thought this would go, but this is interesting.
Her like getting the axes taken away now. It's opened up some issues.
Yeah. Yeah. Join us next time, can be Sam, and this has been Shadows of Gradiriel.
Yeah, let's see how broken Riven's mind is now.
screaming. Lots and lots of screaming.